Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sunday Sprints. I'm so excited to be here this morning. I know it's been a few weeks. What is it? Has it been a month since I did these last? I can't even remember. So I really apologize. I've been super sick lately. um, so I'm still kind of coughing and kind of nasally. So if I'm coughing, I'll try to mute the mic. So do forgive me. I still do have a little bit of a hack this morning. So it's been several weeks and we're still exhausted. Matt and I are both really, really sick. So, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to take any time off work or anything, just with the nature of campaigns that I'm working on. So, just trying to get as much rest as I can. But really super excited to start up these sprints again. I've really, really missed them, and the library needs some serious work. So I'm going to be listening to an audiobook this morning and spending some time on the shelves. Hopefully, I don't tire myself out too much. So, good morning, Em. So happy you guys are here. I'm excited to talk to my morning crew and see what you guys have been up to. Good morning. Yes, I am on the mend. Like I was saying, I'll try to mute my mic if I start coughing. So I do apologize. I've got lots of water here with me though. Morning, Jackie. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody has a cup of coffee. I think I need to go get another one actually, to go with my water. So, no regular video this week because, like I said, just with coughing and hacking so much, like it's hard for me to try to get through an entire video. So, those will be coming back next week. So, um, I hope everybody is having a good old school April too. I personally, I have watched a lot more movies than I've read this month. I didn't get a whole lot of reading done, but snoozing on the couch and stuff was a good, good opportunity to throw on some of our favorite movies. So I'll be doing a wrap up. Actually, that'll probably be the next video that I do. Is kind of an old school April movie watching wrap up. And then with a couple of books that I did read, I'll just wrap that into the next reading wrap up, I think. So tempting to finish OSA reads today. Full day tomorrow. Yeah, I have a full day tomorrow too. I'm really not looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, before I forget, if anybody didn't see, I'm sure most people probably did. Over on Cameron's channel later today, we'll be doing like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of live show. So it's myself, Cameron, Kelsey, Amy McCaw, and Katrina from Katrina Brown, and we're gonna just nerd out over Buffy for a couple of hours. So we've been trying to organize that for quite some time. A bunch of us Buffy nerds getting together and just having a good chat. So that'll be this afternoon. So I'll try to grab a nap between the two shows. And but super excited to get some sprints done. So let me know what you guys are reading too. Emma's working on her OSA. I'm going to be reading the Book of Thorns, which is the April pick for my Haunted Victorian book club. So I kind of I started it and then I stopped because I wanted to do some old school April stuff. And then I'm just picking it up again. So the live show for the Book of Thorns will be rescheduled. I was talking to Edie Lewis, who's going to be on with me. I was chatting with him last night and he has to work next Saturday. So we're going to be rescheduling it. So I'll let you guys know when we'll do the live show for that. And then yesterday I did announce the May choice for the book club, which is going to be The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. And actually, a couple of people did reach out to me and said that they had read it before, and it was like a 5-star read for them. So I'm super, super excited to read that one. And it has like all of the gothic kind of, like nanny coming into an old manor sort of thing, which I really, really love because it reminds me of Jane Eyre, which is probably my favorite classic. So yes, everybody try to hop onto the Buffy chat later today. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Hello. Hi, Jen. I'm going to be doing some gardening and reading House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. I'm going to have to check that one out. I don't think I know that one. 10 Days in a Madhouse. What's that one about? I don't know that one either. 10 Days in a Madhouse. It's a nonfiction. I'm always looking for good nonfiction too. I mean, I read so much fiction, and if I'm reading nonfiction, it's usually like, rock and roll biographies or something like that. So I'm always looking for something a little bit different. Hello. Reading a PH The Claw for OSA. Looking forward to the Buffy show later. Yes. So glad you'll be hopping on, Sharon. I had Sharon on earlier this month on my channel for the live show that we did for the Haunted Victorian Book Club, the March choice. And it was so much fun. So if you guys haven't checked out Sharon, she does have a booktube channel here, Sharon Joy Reads. She's also really, really super active on TikTok, more so than YouTube. So make sure to go check her out because she's lovely. House of Hollow. So I'm going to have to check this one out. It sounds really good. I mean, sometimes when you just hear certain titles, you just get really excited about it, right? Okay, so 10 Days in a Madhouse is good as well. So these are a couple I'm going to have to check out myself. Catching up on some podcasts. Oh, I love podcasts. If you guys don't know, also Jackie, who is in the chat, is from the Jersey Ghouls podcast, and they're fantastic. I've been on their show a couple of times, and we've become really, really good friends. So make sure to check out the Jersey Ghouls, because Jen has been on there recently too, from Literary Love, and it's just, we're just all building this community together, right? So if you're looking for a good horror podcast, make sure to check out the Jersey Ghouls. Got to show those guys some love. Yes, please watch Buffy. It's so funny because I almost wish I was with you to watch Buffy, because I want to see your reaction, like, of certain situations for the first time in the show. That would be so much fun. Should finish it today. It's dark for YA. Oh, well, that sounds good. I think one of my favorite things actually is when you're reading a YA and it crosses the boundaries into like being really dark or really scary. Like the Red Eye series is kind of like that with Frozen Charlotte and those sorts of books. So I'm definitely going to have to check out that House of Hollow. Jersey Ghouls is a fabulous podcast. Yes. It would be so much fun. I wish we lived closer together. I don't know if we could do a watch party, but I would love to watch some of those episodes with you, because I love seeing people's reaction for the first time. I'm actually watching this one girl on TikTok. I can't remember her name, but she's reading the Harry Potter books for the first time and like showing her reactions as she's coming across things, and she's on like book 5, which, we all kind of know what happens in book 5. And so seeing people's reactions to things that you've experienced before is really, really cool. Yeah, absolutely. Late 1800s, woman pretends to be insane to get committed to a mental hospital. Oh, she writes about the experience, both good and bad, and it opened up a lot of eyes to the treatment. Oh, wow. I gotta say that would really hit home for me, like even with my own mental health situation and struggles and stuff like that. I couldn't imagine having issues back in the day, especially as a woman of the mentally ill at the time. Yeah, I couldn't imagine going through that back then. Yes, I don't know how, but let's look into it, because there's certain episodes I definitely want to see your reaction. Yes. Yes, Kira, that's her name. You've been watching her too, I guess, and she's so I don't know, she's so dramatic about it, but it's just she's just come across the death that happens in book 5, and she's just totally inconsolable. And I felt that, even more so than book 5, it was book 6, which I mean, obviously, we all know what happens in book 6, and I remember I went to the midnight release of most of the Harry Potter books, I think probably starting in book f actually, it was starting in book 5. So 5, 6, and 7, I went to the midnight releases, went home, like, literally took the whole day off work so I could read this book, and I read for 17 hours straight and got to the death scene in book 6. And I think it was a combination of emotion and fatigue and surprise. And, you know, I ended up throwing the book across the room. And I remember my ex husband was like, "What the heck is going on?" And I was trying to blubber my way through telling him what was happening. So, I've lost my space in the comments, guys. Sorry. It's hard doing this without a mouse sometimes, just with the trackpad, trying to get back up in the there we go. Back up in the comments. Definitely check out Jersey Ghouls. Yeah, it's a great conversation. It's just a bunch of horror fans, and it's really, really good. Part of an academic horror podcast, so this looks exactly like my jam. Yes, absolutely. Glad we could make the recommendation. Added that book to my TBR. I'm gonna have to do the same. Jackie, I'll probably be reaching out to you a little bit later on because I'm sure I'll probably forget the name of it. Yeah. We always get such great suggestions during these sprints in the morning, I have to say. Yes, please. If you guys like, if you ever have a BookTube podcast, TikTok channel, whatever, just drop it in the comments because I mean we're all building community, right? And please feel free to promote yourself. Absolutely. Um, AHS Asylum. Yeah. I never really got into any of the AHS stuff. I don't I don't know why. It was just one of those things that it just never crossed my path. I should really watch it though. Horror homeroom conversations. Oh, I'm gonna have to check. Hang on, I'm taking a picture. Horror homeroom conversations. So for anybody who's looking for a new podcast to check out, go check out that one. Cultural Cobwebs. Perfect. Thank you so much. Several episodes and love your podcast. I didn't know it was you. Oh, well, I mean, this is great. I mean, the community here is so amazing. And sometimes we're listening or watching to each other's shows and we don't even put 2 and 2 together, right? This is perfect. Love this. Yes, I'm going to have to listen to it too. I'm going to download it right now, actually. All right. My throat is drying out a little bit, so I'm going to go to the first sprint. So, um, just because I have another live show this afternoon, I'm going to do these nice and quick. So we're doing 40, 40, and 30, and we'll have a few chats in between. So I'm going to be working on the shelves for a little while, listening to Book of Thorns. So I hope everybody has an amazing sprint, and I'll see you guys on the other side. How did everybody make out with their sprints? I did pretty good, actually. I got the some more ghosty books put up on my shelf. I did a haul a little while ago that Andrew from It Came From the Page sent me a whole bunch of ghosty books, and I put a video up last night on my Patreon with another book haul. So I had a whole slew of ghost story books that had to go up on the shelf. So I got that one reorganized and the one below it because we're pretty much on to 2 ghosty shelves these days. So that's really good. I've actually been craving ghost stories lately. I know we've been talking about maybe doing a video coming up here with like where to start with Darcy Coates books. And I've been craving her books and just reading ghost stories sort of thing in general. So probably now that we're coming to the end of Old School April, I might do like a whole month of ghosty kind of books, both fiction and nonfiction. So sorry guys. I actually tore an abdominal muscle from all the coughing. I went to the doctor the other day because there was like a huge bulge in my stomach. I wasn't sure if I popped a hernia. She's not sure either, but she thinks it's just a torn muscle. So keeping an eye on that. But it like every time I cough, it hurts so bad. Anybody who's just popping on Cultural Cobwebs, let us know that they have a podcast, a horror podcast. I'm just going to pull up the name again. I've already followed, and a bunch of us have. It's called Horror Homeroom Conversations. So if you want to go check that out, you're looking for a new podcast, I'm definitely going to be popping it on. Maybe in the next sprint, actually. I said I was going to be reading my book, but I'm kind of eager to check out this podcast too. So we'll see what I turn on during the next sprint. Yes, like I said, anybody who has a booktube or Instagram, TikTok, podcast, whatever, drop it in the comments so we can all make sure that we're following each other. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing? How is it out on the East Coast there? We're actually, I think, officially in spring now. So that's good, but we're getting a bunch of snow this week. So it's kind of gone from like 17, 18 degrees back down to like getting rain and snow. So yay, Canadian spring. Chatted with my husband and got caught up on YouTube comments. I'm really behind on YouTube in general. I'm not going to lie. I'm behind on my own videos. I'm behind on everybody else's videos. So I got a lot of catching up to do. But the good thing is that the huge campaign that I've been working on at work, like for my adult job, is over. It's done now. So we have a bunch of cleanup to do on the back end, but it's finished until the fall. And with my new position, I just got a promotion. So I'll be kind of making it a little bit easier for the team next year. So hopefully I won't have to go through so much overtime and everything. 15 to 20 pages left in current read. Awesome. Reading has been so slow this month. I hardly read anything. Like I said, for Old School April, I've done more watching than I have reading. And Matthew and I are also building the Lego Hogwarts Castle. So we've been like throwing on some movies or shows and just building the Hogwarts Castle, which is going to be coming down in the library here. I'm getting a new shelf, like one like this, but it's the lower one. So we could put all of our movies and shows that I've been collecting because I've started collecting more physical media these days. So it's going to go up there, but we've been having a lot of fun with that. And he's actually listened to some audiobooks too. I read the first couple in the Spooksville series by Christopher Pike, and they're really good. I really enjoyed them. I hadn't read those before. 35 minutes into the Jersey Ghouls episode on the Rocky Horror and absolutely loving it. And did some research and walked my dog. Well, I mean, that's an accomplishment right there. I love it. Snow's finally gone. Ours is mostly gone. Like we still have some like big mountains and stuff like in parking lots, but it's mostly gone. But yeah, they changed our forecast next week from snow to or rain to back to snow. So we'll see how that goes. Matthew actually just called me upstairs because we have a flat tire apparently on our car. So it must have got punctured along the way yesterday at some point. And we haven't been out yet this morning. I guess he just went out to go somewhere and discovered that we had a flat tire. So he's actually putting on our all seasons right now, getting the snowies off and figure out what we're going to do with that one, if it can be fixed or not. So glad I didn't get it when I was on the highway. That's all I can say. Sunny afternoon here in Devon. Awesome. I wish it was sunny here. I think it's supposed to be fairly cloudy today and not too warm. But yeah, here we usually, especially in Alberta, like we go from snow to plus 30 within like a week. So we don't get much of a spring. Yeah. Has anyone else like gotten bitten by the Lego bug? I'd never done Lego before, and uh, Matt was looking at, because we were doing our annual rewatch of the Harry Potter series, and he saw it was the smaller Hogwarts castle when we were at Indigo a few weeks ago. It's like our bookstore here in Canada. And I didn't get that one. I actually got a larger set for the same price on Amazon. And we spent hours on that thing. It's awesome. New Jersey is experiencing the normal weather for early spring, low 50s in the morning and hot. Oh, wow. Way up in the 80s by the afternoon. Wow. That's quite the swing within one day. Yeah. Like I said, glad I didn't get it when I was on the highway, because I do drive, like I live north of Calgary and I work in South Calgary. So it's quite a drive each way. It's about 40 minutes. And so really, really, really happy that I didn't get that when I was on the highway and we discovered it in the garage. So, I mean, crappy situation, but it's probably the best way it could have gone. Yeah, it's just awful. But the good thing is both of our sets of tires are on their own rims. So at least we don't have to bring it in and, get them to put the other tire on the rim and stuff. He can just switch them out, which he's doing right now. So that's good. Hubby love Lego. The Millennium. Oh, wow. I saw that set, the Millennium Falcon one. That one's pretty big, I think. So yeah, we're almost on the Hogwarts castle, and the Harry Potter sets are quite large. Like they have the Burrow, and they have Hagrid's hut, and they have like Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. You could put together like the Forbidden Forest, I think, with the car and stuff like that. So on this shelf that I'm doing down here, like we're gonna have like Lego sets going along the shelf. So we've just decided we're gigantic nerds, which we already knew anyway, and sit down, watch some silly movies, put together Lego, color, all the things. And it kind of keeps us off our phone. So that's one of the reasons why I got it, because Matt's kind of gone into this like TikTok hole where he just watches TikTok all day long and his attention span is getting really bad. So I wanted to get an activity that would, keep us focused and something else to do rather than just staring at our phones. Atari Lego set? You told me about the Ghostbusters Firehouse. Didn't you tell me you put that together in like 2 days? Yeah, I've learned that anybody who's super nerdy and covered in tattoos are like the most down to earth, sweetest people. Oh, funny enough, because most people love my tattoos, which they're healing really, really well actually, and I love them too. Um, I was judged very harshly twice this week, not with words, but with actions and looks. And it was funny. We were at Costco yesterday, and I was in just like a short sleeve shirt, and because it was super warm, and there was this old lady in one of the aisles, and Matt was like, "She is staring you down." And of course, I had like, my makeup, my black lipstick, Halloween shirt, and it was just like spooky girl coming through. And this little old lady, I think she was praying for me. But yeah, she kind of stared at me very harshly. But whatever. I'm a good person. That's all that matters, right? Nerds forever. Absolutely. Haven't downloaded TikTok for that very reason. It's dangerous. It really is. Getting into those TikTok holes. I actually have to like take breaks from it myself and just be like, I can't do this, because my attention span is like, it's the pits right now, and it's not a good way to be when you can't even sit through like a TV show without scrolling through your phone because you can't pay attention for more than a couple of seconds. Yeah, I live in a really, really conservative town. I guess we're a city, like we're fairly large, but it is like super, super conservative Christian, really big like Mormon population out here. And so, I mean, I've gone a pretty long time without getting too much judgment. So, but it's just part of it, right? So my mom always says, she's like, "Oh, if somebody gives you a hard time, just hiss at them." So, you know, that's kind of the way I think about it. I know I'm a good person, so that's all that matters. Tattoo judgment is the worst. Like, we're giving you free art to enjoy. Well, exactly. And I'm like, that's what I think. I'm like, you're gonna judge me because I have artwork on my body? Like, that's silly. It really is, especially like with hand tattoos. They get such a bad rap, because it's like gang related or whatever. But I mean, it's artwork, you know. You know what's funny is so I get the judgment from like older ladies sometimes, but for like little girls, I swear to God, they look at me like I'm a character in a fairy tale or something. It's really cute, actually. Matt and I were actually at Costco again a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I've told this story yet. Um, but we were at Costco a couple of weeks ago, and after you spend like $400 on groceries, you got to get the $1.50 hot dog, right? So I was sitting at one of the tables with our groceries, like with our cart, and he went and got hot dogs and fries, brought them to the table, and he went back to fill up our drinks. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of off in my own little world on my phone. And I rolled up my sleeves to grab a fry, and there was a family sitting at the table next to us, and they had a little boy. And it didn't occur to me what he was referring to at first, but when I rolled up my sleeves, he was like, "Wow." And I was just kind of like taken aback for a second. And his dad was like, "I really think he likes your tattoos." So that's going to be a very heavily tattooed little boy when he grows up, I think. Either that or he's a huge Halloween lover. Put a timer on for all social media, restrict how long I scroll for that reason. Yeah. Because, you look up and all of a sudden, like an hour is gone. I swear to God, if you need to waste an hour, just scroll through TikTok. Yeah, very conservative. I mean, you know all about Alberta, right? Being Canadian. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Alberta's even changed in the past couple of years with being super conservative out here. Um, yeah, it was adorable. Totally adorable. Honestly, the 12-year-old me would be so proud of the me I am today. I think the 12-year-old me would be proud of me too, because I went through so many years of just like listening to other people and trying to conform and, not being happy and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just over it. And it's like I hit my 40s and I'm in my I don't give an F anymore stage right now. So, I mean, I feel more like myself than I ever have in my whole life. I mean, I'm also heavily medicated too, so there's probably a little bit of that as well. Yeah, Jen living in Alabama, smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt. Yeah, it's one of those things, and you kind of got to take it in stride. Uh, but we out here in good old Alberta, we're very much like the southern states in a way. Um, and it can get a little bit rough. 40s are fabulous. Yes, you just had your birthday, so happy birthday, Jen. I think I missed it. I think I was delirious in bed with a fever. um, so happy birthday. And people think 40 is like super old and over the hill, but I'm really enjoying it, I have to say. A couple of health problems have popped up, but trying to keep myself healthy and stuff, and it's perfect. So, 55, Sharon. Yes, and I think being a member of this community really helps too because you don't feel like such an outsider, right? Because we all connect here. And I'm so happy to have my Sunday morning crew back. It's been like a month since we've done one of these, so it's good. Yeah, I'm getting there. I still kind of have a cough and some congestion and stuff, and I'm really tired. Just it hit me. It's got to be some kind of flu. First, I thought it was a cold, but I think it's some kind of flu or something. Matt was in bed for 4 days. He got it even worse than I did. 40 in October. Yes, please plan your tattoos. I want to see. Hit me up on Instagram and we can plan tattoos together for your 40th. Okay, guys, I'm going to go to another set of sprints. Probably read a little bit of my book, but I want to check out that podcast too, from Cultural Cobwebs. So another 40 minutes, and I will see you guys on the other side again. How did we all make out? I changed positions over here. I got all my books put away and I'm just sitting at my table now. I want to do some content planning this morning too. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock. So I want to get some content planning done for videos in May. And let me know if you guys wanted to see anything specific on the channel coming up. I know there's been some requests to do some updated bookshelf tours. So if you guys were interested in that, I will be doing that coming up here. I was going to do it in April, but just with being sick for the past couple of weeks, like recording videos was just not one of my priorities. So yeah, that's what I have coming up. I'm continuing Book of Thorns. It's okay. I'm hoping it kind of picks up because it's sort of dragging a little bit, but I'm still, I still have over half the book to go. So I'm hoping that picks up. So let me know what you guys got up to on that sprint. Love these conversations. Thank you. You know what? I really love doing these Sunday morning things. It was one of those, like, I don't know, I have to kind of get over myself, I guess, a little bit because I always have like these ideas of things to do, like these Sunday morning sprints, because this is like a perfect time for me to spend in the library and do some content planning and, just relax. And I just started it and I didn't think anybody would join me. And it's been great. I mean, grab a cup of coffee and spend some time together on Sunday morning, get some stuff done, some reading and work on libraries, get some food prep done. I know a lot of people do food prep Sunday mornings during this, so that's great too. Hi, Russell. I thought you were in your 20s. No, um, far away from that. I don't think I would. I wish I knew now what I knew, or I wish I knew in my 20s what I know now. I definitely would be in a different situation. But yeah, I'm well into my 40s these days. So, but still feel young and still plugging away at trying to be a cool dude. So, ED is here, just woke up. Sorry, guys. I really have to charge up my mouse so I can scroll in these comments a little bit easier. I always lose my spot. Go. There he is. Good morning. Good to see you. I don't know how far Edie is in Book of Thorns. He's going to be on the live show with me coming up here in a couple of weeks. We were going to do it next weekend, but we've got to postpone it for a little bit. So we'll be talking about Book of Thorns coming up here on the channel. Oh, awesome. Finished a book and posted a review. That's good. I'm assuming you enjoyed it. I think you said you were enjoying it so far. Love a bookshelf tour, all the YA vintage. Well, and at this point, like 90%, 85 to 90% of my books now are YA vintage ones. I don't buy a whole lot of modern books anymore, and the ones that I do read, I get, like, either on audiobook or on my Kindle because I want my shelf space just to be, um, for my vintage collection, so, 'cause space is at a premium, right? And you can see here, there's my wood that I put across so that I can double up my books on there and make them look all pretty. I would like to get some lights for my shelves too. I know Cameron has some really cool like purple lights in his shelves. Good morning, ED. Yes. I just wrote boring but productive. Well, sometimes we've got to do the boring things too, right? Not all fun all the time. I promise I'll be better with these comments next time. I haven't picked up the book near me. Sorry, guys. Always like to see behind the scenes or a day in the life of booktubers. Yeah. I I did one recently over on my Patreon that was like I had uh I did like that weekend that I did my tattoos. I did a little bit of like an evening routine and stuff like that. So I can do maybe in the reading vlog that I have coming up here on the channel because I still have to do my homecoming queen vlog. Uh, maybe I'll do a little bit of behind the scenes there too. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Megan. So glad everybody could join in. I was just saying I really love this group that's on Sunday mornings. 228 of Fresh Hell. Ooh, everybody loves Fresh Hell around here. I mean, Cameron is such a talented writer, and it's so funny because I just want to read his stuff all the time, and I just want to read about Autumn Crow and like what's going to come next and stuff. But I try to give him a little bit of grace to actually like write it the way that he wants to and spend the amount of time on it that he needs to get it perfected. And Fresh Hell was such a good book. I love it. Book of Thorns a while back, but kept my thoughts under wraps. Haven't rated it yet. Yeah, so let's wait until I'm a little bit further in and then maybe we can talk about it. Good morning. Bookshelf tour. Yes, I will definitely do that. So it'll have to be broken down, obviously, into a couple of different parts because I have a lot of books. Actually, I own a lot more books than I thought I did. I just did a rough count not long ago, and I should do an actual count, but I did just a rough count, and it's like hundreds more than I thought I had. But a lot of those YA ones are super tiny, and then of course I double them up on my shelves. So it turns out that I have a lot more than I did. And Matt always laughs at me because I do have books in my collection that are like ones that I would never read because I don't want to crack the spine because they're so like top shelf. So he always laughs at me. He was like, "Is this a book that you're going to actually read or one that just sits on the shelf?" So, okay, another vote for the bookshelf. Okay, so this content planning session that I'm doing here, going to work in my my updated bookshelf tours. My other ones that I did, what was it? Was it last year, the year before? I think it might have been the year before at this point. So yeah, I do need to do an updated one. They did really, really well and people enjoyed them. And it was just kind of like I wasn't even on camera. I was just showing the books. So it was super laid back. It was really relaxing for me too. And just sort of like an ASMR, very relaxing kind of shelf tour. So maybe we'll do one or two shelves kind of in each video and just go through. Maybe I'll do like every other video will be like a section of the bookshelf. So I will definitely do that. Just ate my evening meal and a bit of reading. Always love a bookshelf tour. Well, there you go. It's voted. So in May, I have to do updated bookshelf tours. I've got a couple of vlogs planned. Like I said, I'm doing my like homecoming queen graduation sort of theme one. Excuse me. And then I want to do that Darcy Coates video. And I've been craving reading ghost story books, like I said at the beginning of the sprints. So lots coming up. I think it's in May as well. I'm also doing a buddy read with Kelsey for her book club, the Midnight Society book club. Can't remember the name of the book now because she plans her stuff like a year in advance, which I would never be able to do, but I admire her for doing it. So I do have a buddy read coming up with her, and we're going to do a show, like a wrap-up kind of show on her channel. So I'll let you guys know which one it is. Can I get it really quickly here? It's in the Discord. I don't know about you guys, but Discord really, I don't know, I find it very overwhelming. It's like one of those things, like I even have my own Discords for my book club and stuff, but I find them really overwhelming. It's called The House Next Door. The House Next Door by Anne Rivers Siddons, and it's from 1978. So I'll be co-hosting that this month. So of course I had to pick kind of like a ghost story sounding one that I would do with Kelsey, and I might do a couple more with her because I know there's a couple of her choices that she wants to have, like, a couple of co-hosts. So I will definitely do that. And by the way, guys, like any other booktubers on here, if you guys ever want to come on sprints Sunday mornings, just let me know and we can have a chat. If you guys want to be on camera. I do too. Discord overwhelms. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Read that last year and love. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Well, I'm excited to read it. And again, I said at the beginning of of sprints as well that the May pick for my book club is The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden, and I got a couple of messages from people saying that they really enjoyed that one too. So I'm really looking forward to having a couple of good reads over the next little while. So, had to take a step back from Discord for the same reason. Yeah, too frenetic for my brain, but wish that wasn't the case. And it's I think it's one of those things, you know, like either it works with your brain or it doesn't. Like I know Kelsey has like 4 different Discord things and then all of these channels, and I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with it at all. So I get a little bit overwhelmed, and sometimes I just have to step back, like you said, and because it doesn't work too well with my brain. So I'm gonna hop into the third sprint. This is our last one. My voice is kind of getting a little bit scratchy again, so I'm going to relax and rest it a little bit, continue listening to my book, and do some content planning. So hopefully you guys have a good last sprint. And I don't know how Kelsey does it either. Like her whole life is booktube. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just going, oh, we've got to change the kitty. Just give me 1 second here, guys. Change the kitty. 30. So, set. There we go. Have a good sprint, guys. I'll see you guys on the other side. Hi, everybody. How did you guys make out with your last sprint? I ended up doing some online shopping, so not very productive at all and costly. Um, but I do have, I've got to put a post on my Patreon because I do send out pen pal letters. So I'll be sending out my first round of pen pal letters coming up here. So I needed to buy some more like paper and correspondence and stuff and cards because I'm getting a little bit low. I do like to shop at the Gothic Stationery Company over in the UK. So it'll be a little while getting here, but it'll be here for like the next round. So they have some really great stuff if you guys wanted to check them out. So let me know what you guys got up to on your last sprint. Sharon had to go. Need to ring the MIL to wish her mother-in-law to wish her happy birthday before she goes to bed. So we'll see Sharon next week. What else have we got here? I've got to check on Matthew too to see how he's making it with that tire outside. M actually had to run as well, so it looks like people are signing off and getting on with their day. Hi, Linda. It's good to see you. We're just wrapping up here. I've got to hop off and rest my voice before the Buffy show starting in a couple of hours. 2 hours from now on Cameron's channel, we'll be having a Buffy live discussion over there if you guys missed me talking about it at the beginning of the show. So we'll have Cameron, myself, Kelsey from Slime and Slashers, Amy McCaw, and Katrina Brown will be on there, and we'll be talking about all things Buffy. If you guys want to head over to Cameron's channel a little bit later, like I said, it'll be in about 2 hours, so 12:30 Mountain Time. Cultural Cobwebs had to run as well. Enjoy the sun. It's supposed to be sunny here too, a little bit overcast, but it's supposed to be about 15 degrees, which is really, really great. So I might try to get out myself a little bit later this afternoon and get some vitamin D. Have fun. So thankful that I got the notification for this. Me too. It's a wonderful surprise. Initially misread the title as Sunday Morning Spirits. I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? If we're talking about like ghosty spirits. And you looked all black metal in the thumbnail. Yeah, I did. I took that picture when I was doing my ghost stories from the Haunted Victorian like years ago. What was that, 3 or 4 years ago now? The ghost stories from the old Haunted Victorian house that I grew up in. So that's where that picture came from. LOL. Yes, finally picked back up my final old school April read. Oh, good. Not completely enjoying it. Oh, that's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is, kind of. I'm going to be doing some reading today too, and I do have a couple of movies that I want to throw in before the end of old school April too. What do we have? Like 3 days left. I think Tuesday is the last day of April, and then we'll be into Beltane. So Beltane fire dances and all the things. Look forward to that. Me too. I read 25 pages. I mean, it's pretty good for 40 minutes or 30 minutes, actually, that last sprint was. A little bit of this Buddhism book that my wife showed me. Oh, made more coffee. I mean, more coffee is always a good thing in my book. I need to go get some more, actually. My husband makes me these wonderful iced lattes every morning, and I might get him to make me another one here because it's Sunday. I'm tired and yeah, still a little bit sick. So help me get through that live show that we have coming up here. And then hopefully I can rest for the rest of the day because it's back to work tomorrow. Just a few pages left in my book for Jackie, off to get lunch, but back for the Buffy chat. Yay! I'm so excited. Have a great week. Yeah, I hope everybody has a great week too. I'm so glad that we are starting these up again. I missed my Sunday morning crew. So yeah, hopefully next week I'll be all better. This is what, 2 solid weeks now that I've been going with this cold, flu, plague, whatever it is. I made my husband super sick, and my account director at work, who was in town for meetings from Vancouver, I made him super sick too. So I'm doing really, really well. Yes, blessed Beltane to anyone who is celebrating. It's one of my favorite fire festivals, so it's always a good time. Thanks for the sprints. Yes, I do try to do these every Sunday. We went about 3 or 4 weeks that I wasn't doing them because I was super sick and super busy and all the things. So usually Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. Mountain, we do these. So I'll be keeping these going for the next little while. And if there's ever any change or I can't do them, I always post it in the community tab on the channel. But we'll be here, ongoing for the next little while. So check back. And yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, too. Everybody seems to be dropping off at this point. So thank you so much for the sprints. Really, really glad to chat with my Sunday morning group. And yeah, drop into Cameron's channel a little bit later on for the Buffy chat if you like. And love you all. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.